We begin in the United States as President Donald Trump said he spoke to his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin, but declined to provide any details about their talks. President Trump said that the United States is making progress in its conversations to end the war in Ukraine, which is just days away from entering its fourth year. Now, the commander-in-chief also added that he was not just talking to Russia, but also Ukraine, and reiterated that the war would not have happened in the first place if he was in fact president.
I've had it. Let's just say I've had it. And I expect to have many more conversations. We have to get that war ended. It's going to end, and we have to get it ended. And we have to get it ended soon. Should have never happened, would have never happened if I was president. Well, they can assume that. It makes sense. Well, I don't want to talk about it. And if we are talking, I don't want to tell you about the conversation. It's too early. But I do believe we're making progress. We want to stop the Ukraine-Russia war. And I want to stop it just because I hate to see all these young people being killed. The soldiers are being killed by the hundreds of thousands. We're talking to both sides.
President Trump's confirmation of talks marks the first officially acknowledged conversation between the two leaders since the beginning of the war in Ukraine. Now, speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, President Trump also confirmed that he would like to meet Putin, but only at the right time.
I would imagine I would be meeting with Putin, yes, at the right time. I think at the right time, at the appropriate time.
Now, the Kremlin has declined to confirm or deny the phone call between the two leaders. And the Kremlin spokesperson went on to say that while there were many different communications emerging, he was unaware of such a call. Now, during his re-election campaign, President Trump promised to end the Russia-Ukraine war within 24 hours of taking office, a key campaign promise that has so far proved elusive. Once in office, the 47th president reportedly instructed his special Ukraine envoy Keith Kellogg to end the war in 100 days. And he's also repeatedly said that he would meet Putin, though a date or venue of such a meeting has not been announced. Now, in the coming days, a flurry of U.S. officials are in fact heading to Europe to discuss the war, including Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, and Trump's special envoy for Ukraine, Keith Kellogg. And National Security Advisor Mike Waltz had earlier indicated that President Trump is also willing to use sanctions and tariffs to coax Putin to the negotiating table. For now, however, President Trump appears to have taken a conventional path to the conflict itself.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout the state. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Pretty measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Thagbé. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
We were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote efforts. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 4.3 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.